Good evening. Welcome back under strange circumstances. It is great to be streaming again. It's great to see you all. And it's really nice to see so many familiar names in chat, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Ashi, B, Kaylee, Wib, Danda, Time G37, so many of the people who were with us all through last year. And Neuro, thank you so much for that extraordinary generosity, and thank you for your support. I'm going to come back to your message in a minute because it's going to obviously link into where we're going to start today. This is the first stream of, in theory, what is a new season of Eurovision, and I obviously hoped we'd be doing this under very different circumstances, and we're going to talk a bit about those circumstances first, and also about some of the thoughts. And while I'm definitely not done thinking about this, some of the thoughts I've had related to what is going to be happening with this channel in future. Mathematical, thanks so much for that. There is someone here to help me with that, who is, of course, Mr. J. Welcome back.
Hello.
How are you? I imagine you are feeling similarly put through the ringer as we all are.
Yep.
Obviously, they've all already had a chance to hear from me last week on the most basic level. But maybe we start, just give me an idea of what's going on in your, sorry for the Windows noises. On a basic level, give us an idea of what's going on in your head at the minute. I imagine it's something that a lot of people are going to be feeling.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Like, how are they messing this up so badly? I don't understand. Like, this contest has gone into disrepute multiple times over multiple years now, and it's gotten to the point where everyone is fed up.
Yeah.
Everyone is so fed up. People have actually now started leaving. It's awful.
And for those of you who don't know, some of these signs are being borne out across the community. You see it in sort of some of the things that form the foundational experience, right, for people who engage with this contest year round. You've got outlets ceasing production completely, in the case of Eurovision Hub, Aerovision. We've got a mass resignation over on the Eurovision Reddit of mods in the last couple of days. We've had mods quitting on the Discord as well. You've had so many people just go, this is it for me. I can no longer engage with this contest. And quite frankly, I think all those are really justified things to do. For those of you who've been living under a rock, Israel is staying in Eurovision. That is what we are talking about right now. 5 countries are boycotting the contest entirely. Those are Iceland, Slovenia, Ireland, Spain, and the Netherlands. This is unfortunately kind of where I expected us to end up. I made a very emotional video last week where I talked about this as well, but it became very clear after the vote in November was cancelled that this was where we were going to go. So I was as ready as I could have been. It didn't make it any less devastating. But I think there was a feeling of resignation on the day, for me at least, where obviously you hoped on that tiny chance, but it looked pretty impossible. I think in the time since, I've been feeling pretty miserable. I won't lie to you guys. I haven't written a single word of any script this week. I've just been feeling a bit too shit, really. And that really sucks. At the same time, there are some things I really wanted to thank people for. And it has also had an influence on what's going to happen next. The video I posted on this last week, which was something, I wrote it in like 2 hours, filmed it, edited it, put it straight out. Just needed to get my thoughts out into the world. And the response, honestly, really, really blew me away. 2,200 comments under that video. A small number being very abusive. And I had to hide quite a few people calling me, as per usual, I'm a traitor to my people, yada, yada, yada. You've all seen it by now, right? At the same time, what was really heartening, the amount of people, and it really was probably 70% or more of all of the comments in the video saying, please keep going. Even people saying, I'm not going to watch the contest anymore, but please keep going. Please keep trying. And I guess the one thing I really wanted to say is, yes, I will keep trying, but it requires us to think differently about how we make videos, and it requires us to think differently about what role we play in defining what this contest is actually about. And I touched on this at the end of last week. I talked a bit about what I thought Eurovision should be about, but then without really getting into the nitty gritty of, okay, how do we go there? How do we present things in such a way that goes there? And I think there are things we can do. I think we can keep diverting people to the work we've already done. I think it's really important for people who are casual viewers of the contest, who are maybe not really so involved in this, that if they look stuff up about the contest, they are provided with things that give them proper context. That means directing people towards some of the stuff we've already done. And that also means continuing to produce content that reflects this. I think we need to have a real thought over the next few months, because essentially my line of thought is this is an institution that's going to continue to exist in some form. We don't know what form that will be, but I want to elaborate like what it should be and how it could be in some ways. Some of the things I want to do, provided the national final isn't cancelled and it looks like it's going ahead, I think we are going to Moldova. I can say that now. And we're going to try and use that video to place in context around some of the cultural battles that are involved in the sort of the tension points, the schisms between the authoritarian sort of Russian-led world and the sort of European Western world. And Moldova is one of the key flashpoints for that at the moment, obviously with the recent elections and everything. It gives us a chance to look a little bit into how the overtures that Moldova is trying to make to Europe, and also about how Europe can better support Moldova. And to be honest, that's going to be a bit of a call-out video, because I think my message is essentially going to be, Europe, if you care about liberalism, if you care about your values, it's time to put up or shut up. And I'm going to stand in a country where that matters more than anything, and I'm going to say that. So there's things like that we can do. We can tell stories about other national finals. We can open these little cultural windows that we've always done. As for the contest itself, I thank you so much, by the way, for all. I will go through and thank everyone individually who's been doing subscriptions and so on. As for the contest itself, I've not done anything yet, but as it stands, I'm really struggling to find a way that I would be comfortable in Vienna. I think if I'm going to go there, like, I have to be able to answer the question, what good and virtuous thing am I doing here? If I can't answer that question, I can't go. It's as simple as that. And unless I find something really compelling, I can't imagine I'm going to be in Vienna. And obviously that will have implications for coverage and so on. At the same time, what I will say now, and I'm going to say it publicly, I'm absolutely going to apply for accreditation, because I'd love to see the EBU reject me again. I would love to see them. If they spent all that time in press conferences talking about how important free speech is, on that front at least, I'm going to give them a chance to put up or shut up. Because that will be very early anyway. That'll be in like start of March. So they can feel free to reject me again and demonstrate to the world. But if they really want to live their values, that's one small way they can do it. Other than that, I think we need to spend this season shining a light on the cultural stories that deserve to be told, talking about national finals, because these are cultural institutions in a lot of different countries. Hopefully we'll be able to explore it in a few different places. I want to put a highlight on things like Benidorm Fest, where these countries are not going, but they're still arranging national finals. And I think we are going to be very honest about the contest. Because what I think is going to happen, I think as many public institutions do, and Eurovision is a public institution, it's going to go through a process of deconstruction and reconstruction. In my opinion, we are in that deconstruction now, where things are falling apart a little bit. It will recoalesce because it's something too valuable, to be allowed to fail, and broadcasters won't allow it to fail. What is going to be interesting is how can we articulate what the reconstruction can look like? I'm talking about Eurovision in 2027 and 2028 and 2029, because it's going to be different. We're going to live in a different world geopolitically. We're going to live in a different world in many different respects. And that means, and I know I'm going on a little bit, so I will stop in a moment. That means thinking about things like, and this is a question that I think we need to ask very seriously this season, is the current setup, the EBU, and the General Assembly, the Executive Board and Reference Group of the contest, is this a setup that is suitable politically and sufficiently agile to exist in the modern day? If not, what should replace it? How can you create a contest that fits better with the values that, in my opinion, it represents? The other thing is, how do you get it to be explicit about those values? Because right now, and I'm sure you all feel this too, all the years of talking about inclusion and, giving a voice to the voiceless, about uniting people, united by music, indeed, feels pretty much like platitudes. And the same kind of, interestingly, I talked a lot about Revolution by Monzelmo. I did think I'd bring this up here. Monza, but being kind of, progressivism as an aesthetic, not anything actually material. And the contest this is also what the contest is exhibiting, and that's why everyone hates it so much, because I think the vast majority of the fan base does hold progressive values of some sort, and it's very, very transparent when they're being used as an aesthetic, as something to market an event, rather than actually being lived. I think we have to accept that the contest cannot be not political, and it's going to have to take some positions. Removing Israel would have been a political choice, a correct one, but a political choice nonetheless. So we need a contest that's brave. We need a contest that's able to be agile enough to sometimes delve into these difficult things and come out on the other side. We need a contest that's properly connected to its fan base and isn't doing everything it can to alienate them. And we need a contest which, as it is publicly owned, I pay my license fee to the BBC. Many of you pay your license fees, or however else your broadcaster is publicly funded in your countries. A contest that is accountable and not afraid of scrutiny. So that's a lot of things to try and work out how to do. We also need a contest in the immediate term that is going to somehow have its resources, or the resources of people around it, diverted into causes that matter, into things that can make a real difference. Because if we can turn something really horrible and make some material difference somehow, and I'm looking into how this could be done, that would be something that would be really beautiful and actually a really great way to live out the values of the contest itself. As for engaging, more broadly, it's going to be a really interesting time to be doing this. And I can't pretend that I'm looking forward to the next 6 months. I'm not. I think it's going to be really tough. It's going to really suck in a lot of ways. I'm also, to be fully honest, this is my sole income source at the very least until June. I am somewhat feeling vulnerable as well. But that is obviously a choice I've made. So I made my bed and I'll lie in it. That was a lot of words. Hopefully it gives you a little more context on where my head is at. Jay, please, where is your head at? Tell me some thoughts now, because I've been yapping too long and I need to drink my tea.
Well, if you guys saw Gabe's tweet of me playing Roblox for 200 hours straight, that's where my head's at. I can't think of, it's really hard to stay positive at the moment with this contest. Because as a more casual fan, it looks like everything's falling apart. Mm-hmm. And these letters from Martin Green to the fan community, they're just words. There's no actual, action that's happening.
Mm-hmm. It's odd. I find it odd because writing letters like that is a great thing to do when you have good relations with your fans. Because it helps build that connection, right? But if there's distrust, it feels insincere. So it's not the best comms strategy. I get the impression that it's their attempt to seem more transparent. But the thing is, right, who among us really trusts the EBU to manage this event? And I don't say that as a personal slight against any individual, because actually I think these problems are much bigger than any individual, at the EBU or elsewhere. But who really trusts the EBU to run this event? The broadcasters don't. We don't. No one in chat does. I think at that stage, if as people who love the event, as I know full well, as we all know that many of the people who work at the EBU do, and I've met a lot of them, and there are some really people who are really trying in there and who are stuck by political decisions made at the executive level. I can't help but think there'll be plenty of frustration in there too. People saying this organization is not fit for this. And I think we've seen signs of it before. We saw it at Malmö. They were, on the communication side, when everything started melting down, they were totally outmaneuvered and lost control of the narrative. I think we've seen it, obviously, with the way in which the televote's been manipulated. I just think that, number one, the organisation has not got a grip of how it should be communicating. Number two, and this is the other thing that I actually wanted to mention and remind everyone, there are several people above Martin Green in this chain of command who are responsible for the EBU, and who this was taken at an EBU executive level, so it was above the contest and the General Assembly. Martin Green's name was on that letter. What I want to know is, why wasn't the president of the EBU or the vice president of the EBU's names on that letter? Because they are co-signers of this decision, but they're not co-signers of the comms. And I think that's disappointing, because if you are the head of the organization that's making a decision as consequential as this, I think you should front up and take account of, and be part of it. Because Martin Green wasn't the one voting in that room. And Martin Green doesn't represent the broadcasters that were voting in that room. Those broadcasters are represented by the EBU's president and vice president and the executive board. Where are they? And like I said, this is in effect, because of license fees and so on, a publicly funded organization. And there is no transparency. It's run like almost as opaquely as FIFA is. And when that happens, there is just, it's shit, basically. It just sucks. I hope this ranting is helping all of you, because it's actually helping me a little bit. I don't know about you, Jay. I think what I want to do, and Roman just said, my country just won Junior Eurovision. Congratulations, and we're going to talk about it briefly in a minute, only in a positive way, because these are kids and I want to highlight what was done well. Let's spend this year trying to dig deeper, trying to approach things from a lens of, what does this show, this national final, or this tension over this issue, whatever else, what does it tell us about the society from which it emerges? The Serbia video I did last year, I think, was a really good example of this. Those kinds of things, I think, are the right way to approach it, are one way to approach it well. And also, let's keep doing everything that everyone is already doing to try and bring about a more just world outside of this contest, because this contest is a symptom. It's a really painful symptom, but it's a symptom of a world more broadly in which justice is not prevailing. Oh, I feel better now I've had that rant. Because we've just been sat all week. I mean, it was difficult to even, we cancelled this last week. I have videos sitting waiting, in a can to be written, things I know I want to do. Just makes me want to tear my hair out. Any final thoughts on this, Jay, before we take a little look at Junior Eurovision?
Yes. So, if you want to boycott, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we're all on the same page. We all want Israel out of Eurovision. So why are we on Twitter attacking each other? Why are the same side fighting each other? It makes no sense. Like, and I've seen people harass creators, like Gabe and some other creators. Some of these creators, like, this is their full-time job, right? They don't have the luxury of just walking away. They have responsibilities. Like Gabe, for example, has their Patreon. He can't just like abandon those people that have paid as well, you know? Like, he has a responsibility, and I think people should critically think before they criticize anyone for engaging with the contest this year.
I think the thing is that, and this has been key to my thinking, you know, to be blunt, I think if I didn't have the channel and so on, I would probably be like, just not going to bother this year. But I think there is an element from my perspective, as well as obviously the financial consideration of, okay, I have the platform. How am I going to use it? How can I use this to make a net positive? Because I am in a fortunate position where relative to an individual fan who engages with the contest as a consumer, I have more of an ability to kind of hopefully shape things, put things in context, change the way people think about the contest. And that's obviously something I really want to do. What I'm worried about, and you know, is that what the space that gets left. You know, if there's a demand for a thing is going to appear in the space to fulfill it. And like, I don't know, I don't want the governors I don't want the grand arbiters of Eurovision public opinion or whatever to be like Jan Bors. You know, like there is an element of like, I really don't want to cede space in this debate to people who will use it to manufacture consent for things in the same way Israel uses the contest. And I don't want there to be artificially promoted so-called sort of voices of the fan community or whatever, which can then be used to suggest that it's only a small number of fans who are upset about this. The general public isn't that upset about things like this, when those things are manifestly not true. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to quickly go through the super chats and stuff and thank everyone. And then we will go to the Junior Eurovision results. So very quickly, channel 3468, Neuro Cantata, a big thanks especially Neuro Cantata, that's really generous. Mathematical, Benjamin Sesko 2025 says, 11 months with the best YouTuber of all time, also being a dad for 7 months has been something I never thought would happen. Have a great stream, Gabe. Congratulations so much, I will say. Although I've not become a dad, I have become an uncle in the last couple of weeks. And let me tell you, when I held my niece in my arms for the first time, I cried like a baby, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. And it was one of the most extraordinary and beautiful moments of my life. Everyone voting Fiesta Vision says Fiesta Vision. Okay, Fiesta Vision. Dylan the Baller says, hey, Gary, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Liam Turtleneck, thanks. Grackle of Velschmertz, thanks. What about a live stream fundraiser? We're going to be doing some fundraising during the season. I think that's got to be a base plank, though. And the other consideration that I'm bearing in mind is I don't want to do a fundraiser or something that then makes people feel like, oh, I can pay £10 to buy a ticket to not feel bad about, you know, engaging with Eurovision like normal. Because I do think we have to modulate our approaches that way. So I'm thinking about how to do that, but we'll come back to that. Lee was here. It saws that Eurovision's kind of exploded. Yeah, not great. Eurodara says we need people reporting the shit show. That's my intention. Cole Anderson, thank you very much. That's really generous. Last year was my first one back in a while. This channel was the big driving force in bringing me back. Thank you. However you choose to cover 2026, a lot of us will be there to support you because of the joy you bring. Really, thank you so much. And the Now Player, thank you for your tier 1 sub. This is the thing, is I do want to bring joy somehow still. That was what this was about to start with. I never intended to be in this position. If you remember, especially like the videos in the early days, I was just making, fun videos about, oh, look how Finland got really good and stuff like this. And all of a sudden I found myself sort of thrust into this position. To be honest, it was during Malmö when there was so much misinformation going around that I was like, okay, I'm just going to start running around this press room and finding it alongside Chiche and James and Sam and the others who I was working with. I do still want to bring some joy, and I would really like to do that, especially if Eurovision is falling apart and you don't want to engage or support the contest itself. If we can provide alternative ways which don't do that, that's obviously a really good thing to do. Now, I'm going to park it there. I'm going to take a little look at Junior Eurovision. Jay, you were at work. So, my window's the wrong size. One sec, let me just go. You can see the borders all wrong. Let's just do this. That's almost there. And then if I just go, whoop, there we are, fixing it live on stream. Armin, thanks so much for the £10. Your coverage from Basel was my favourite bit of 2025. I'll be supporting you because it'll allow me to disengage from official coverage. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Armin. I really appreciate it. And Grackle of Weltschmidt, thank you so much for the YouTube membership. And yes, I will do some deep dives this season about various different things. So this was the Junior Eurovision results. France won again for what I believe is the fourth time in 6 years.
Insane.
Credit to them. They are clearly amazing at this. They have not finished outside the top 5 since 2018, which is an extraordinary result. I also want to highlight some other things here, which I thought was really cool. I don't know how much you've seen, Jay, because obviously you're at work. San Marino finished 3rd in the televote.
Huh?
Yeah, I know, right? I've just realized I don't have this on screen for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take
I
you
was
off
going to
screen,
say.
and I'm going to screen share for you so you can actually see what's going on.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Gabe.
then I need to
Perfect.
not show screen share. I need to hide this window. Can I hide it? Will it go away? Or have I just ruined everything? Okay, Jay, I've got to turn off my camera for this to work, I think.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I fixed it. Oh, I turn my camera back on now. Everything is fine.
Yay!
Nothing to see here. Right. Boom. You can see it now, Jay, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, San Marino.
3rd in the televote is crazy.
How about that? 87 points for San Marino, which was really impressive. For those of you who haven't heard the songs, this was kind of like an early Taylor Swift style thing. Like, girl with a guitar. She had a nice voice. I quite enjoyed it. I was rooting for them because it's San Marino. In general, you also saw a great result for Ukraine, finishing top of the online vote. And for Albania. This song was really catchy. Probably the most Junior Eurovision song. It's super fun. The overwhelming winner was France with something that sounded very much like Voila. Not that that's a bad thing. Lou Deleuze, bless her. She looked really overwhelmed, I guess, as you would be. So my main thoughts of this show. Firstly, Ireland was robbed and shouldn't have come last. She had a great voice. Secondly, what I thought was really interesting, I'd like to know from those of you who watched this. Sorry, Jay, I know you didn't. So this is kind of, you just sit there and look handsome for a minute. The thing is that the production was quite small scale, but I actually thought it was relatively slick. I mean, the hosts kind of sucked, but there was a lot of stagings with fairly simple props and so on, and with reasonably good camera work, which sort of made me think, okay, there is something here that shows how you can do some interesting stuff staging wise and spend very little money. I think there were things that countries with smaller budgets should really take notes from. I think also the other thing that occurred to me is that hosting it in countries like Georgia, it's going to be a lot cheaper for delegations to come and pay for hotel rooms, pay for accommodation and so on, which is going to make it more accessible compared to somewhere like France where these things are going to be more expensive. So I feel like there's lessons to be learned here. I should also say, I saw some people saying vote for Ireland, the Netherlands and Spain out of solidarity. 54 points, 41 points, 46 points from the online vote. So that was a total flop, whoever was engaged in that. Personally, I thought it was not a very good use of anyone's time or energy. Mariam Shengelia should have hosted. Hosting is the sense of her style. No, I'm quite glad that I didn't have to experience Mariam Shengelia again. Neuro Cantata says, I learned that lights, fog and wind are really cheap compared to pyro. Yeah, you bet they are. And I think also, it just shows there is a way to sustainably fund these smaller contests, because they wouldn't keep doing it, and broadcasters wouldn't keep doing it unless there was something of value coming out of it. Yeah. Mariam was on the Georgian jury, apparently. That's a good point. I don't actually know who was on the juries, although I do know one member of the Irish jury. That said, I don't know if that's public yet, so I don't know if... I'm going to check it. I'm going to have a look and see if the jury's been published yet. Let's see what names we recognise. Junior Eurovision 2025 results. Also, my fiance got me a new keyboard, which is much quieter. So you guys may notice that it's making less noise when I slam my keyboard.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Finally?
Yeah. And look,
guys,
wireless. No more wires all over my desk.
Guys, I've been telling Gabe
The same with this thing. Look at that.
a
Wow.
different keyboard for the past 2 years.
Because it was literally
so
like
proud
I'd
of
be
you.
sat there like every time I was on screen. Have they not uploaded the results yet? Come on,
That is
Junior
hilarious.
TV. You guys, you have stuff to do. Come on. Jury results. That's just the video. Okay, we can't see who was on the juries yet, I guess. If anyone knows where I could find them, let me know. But yes, so France won. Ukraine came second. Jade, had you heard any of these songs? Because I hadn't heard any of them until today.
I've listened to the snippets, or like I went through the rehearsal video, so like I kind of know what the staging was for some of them.
Yeah. So basically, they hosted it in a shed, and they had a really tiny stage, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they made the stage look quite big for something that was filmed in a gymnasium. So
Yes.
good on them.
Adam Martin says it felt like a big boost, and that perhaps I and others needed. It felt more united by music than the main could feel right now. This is true. That honestly, it was like I could just enjoy it. I quite enjoyed just kind of watching it and not having to, because obviously it doesn't come with the same baggage. And I mean, obviously we talked about Azerbaijan on this channel before, but to be blunt, there is zero political capital to be gained from Junior Eurovision. So I'm a lot less cynical about it in Junior Eurovision, and obviously that's a situation that's evolved a lot since 2024 as well. The jurors on Eurovoix, apparently, says Stephen. I'll look at them in a little bit. But no, I just kind of sat back and enjoyed it. It was nice to just kind of also, because with the main contest, obviously I've heard everything a million times. I've spent, months going through every national final and everything. Which means there's very little new that I see on screen when it actually comes on. And usually I'm writing a video. Like during the semi-finals, I'm writing scripts. Please don't paste all of the jurors into chat. That's really difficult to read. Oh, there we go. Dilly, thank you. Let's have a look. I'm trying to see if I spot any names we recognize. Mr. Pargev Vardanyan. That's Parg, right? So there's one who we recognize. Damir Kedjo in Croatia. Nina Vujevic. No, I'm thinking of different Nina. Do not post Garg in chat. Stop with the Garg. No Garg. It's gone. Let it die. Let Garg die.
No.
It's over.
Oh, no.
It's past. Mrs. Mariam Shengalia. There we go. Whoa. Mr. Neil Farron. Neil Farron from Eurovoix was on the Irish jury. Okay. Who else have we got here? Do I recognize any of these people? No, not really. It's really funny because they've messed up all of the names with accents on them on the sites. They're all, someone's clearly copied and pasted it wrong. I don't recognize almost any of these people. Well, you know what? I'm sure they all did a nice job. I mean, they agreed with the public, so it can't have been too bad. But yes, so that's Junior Eurovision. All I really want to say is everyone sung well, everyone had a nice time, and that's all that matters. The result in Junior Eurovision is entirely pointless, and does not matter to anyone. The most important thing is that these kids have a positive experience and it inspires them to pursue careers in music, as in general, many of them tend to do if they've been in this show. And that can only be a good thing. We need more access to the arts, not less. how did Jay? What what was that? What did you? How? What was?
Sorry guys, I turned into a firework for a sec.
Could you do? What does that mean? If you do this, it'll do the. It'll do the. Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
Okay. You got to be careful.
That could be very dangerous
if a
at the wrong time.
goes off in the wrong moment, that could be quite bad. But yes, so and Masha Kondrachenko was on the Ukrainian jury, know that. But yes, so I'm sure all of you are being well behaved, but don't be weird about Junior Eurovision. Don't hate on the artists. Don't be mean about them. Don't get really salty because your favorite didn't win, because it literally doesn't matter. The best approach with Junior Eurovision is to not watch anything before the show, clap and go, oh, that was nice, once it finishes, and then move on with your life. It's nice to have a kind of Eurovision-themed party for a couple of hours, and that's the entertainment in it for me. Because the format is just fun, right? And sometimes you get something like Milena or whatever, which was really, really cool. But it's really not something to be taken seriously, and it's something I'm never going to cover in depth. What I will say, which was good, the AI usage in this year's contest was very significantly scaled back from last year. I count that as a victory.
Yay.
You know, I will say that my criticism of the AI, I believe, stuck in some people's throats last year. I'm not going to say who. And clearly, it made it, the blowback on that issue, or perhaps just the fact that it looked terrible, meant that it wasn't a route that was pursued this year. And as a result, you know, I considered that more ethical. There was some AI usage, like some of the accents, and there was little bits of graphics in the background, but the main thing was that the kids were not fed through AI generators, I think, which is the most important thing. And it was better. I think we're at a point where we're never going to have zero AI usage, and it's going to be the same in Eurovision, and I don't like it, but I think it's something we're going to have to live with. But yeah, so overall, I would say broadly a success. Jay, would you tend to agree?
Ukraine was robbed.
Yeah, Ukraine was really fun.
I'm joking.
I think we should look at some national selections. I really want to look into try and get some deeper stories, and also just go through these songs, because there's a lot of stuff to enjoy. And one of the best bits of Eurovision has nothing to do with Eurovision, and it's the music discovery and national finals, 98% of which not going to be in the actual contest. We're going to start in Estonia. And we will, of course, be getting the Miss Eurovision recap in a bit. But first, Jay, a general take on the quality of the Estonian songs at large.
So I've listened to every song exactly once, but I remember being like, whoa, this is a packed group of, like, it's so good. It's genuinely so good. And I'm kind of sad because of everything that's happening this year and the fact that we decided to go and vlog last year.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to make a video in the same way. I am going to go to Estilal this year. Because, I mean, as you all know at this point, Fork Founded in Kitchen, I've actually been to Estonia 10 times in the last 18 months. And as a result, like, I found there was one, I'm not going to say who, there was one artist in this national selection who I was pretty sure, I sort of had a sense quite some time ago by sort of probing questions on, getting an idea of who might be considering it, who wouldn't be going on. There was one or two who I kind of had a sense for quite a while that they were going to show up. I wasn't sure, but there was someone who was like, I think it's going to be them based on what people have told me. And I was right on all of them. Nura Kansala says, Vibe at Estilal this year is living at the club. It sure is. And thank you very much for the contribution. I really appreciate it. Lee says, just move to Estonia at this point. You basically live there. Well, if it weren't for Brexit, I probably would have. Luckily, my fiance is an EU citizen, so let's get married, get that residence permit, off I go. No, obviously, I love her more than anything in the world. That's why I'm marrying her, just to be clear.
Great save.
We're going to get married in Estonia, by the way. You're invited.
I'm going.
Yeah, you'll be there. We want to get married in a castle in Estonia. And it's going to be really, really fun and magical and like sort of like a fairy tale, hopefully. I'm getting sidetracked. I agree with you. I think Estilal is really strong this year. It's a very high energy set of songs, which makes ballads stand out.
Oh, he's hitting the mic again.
Yeah, and I can't edit it out like I do. The amount of times in videos where I'll be like talking, I just knock the mic and I go like, ugh, just start the sentence again. Someone says intelligent wedding project.
Awesome.
You know, it's good to know, despite everything that is happening, you guys have all stayed the same. I actually really appreciate how consistent you all are, because like I come back and I am feeling happier now. We're getting on to talking about songs than I have at any point in the last week and a half about this stuff, because it is really nice to just sort of sit with it. Kind of feels like I kind of feel like I'm sat with a group of friends, just kind of talking about it, and that is kind of what I want the vibe to be. We're sat around a really, really large campfire, more like a bonfire, and I have a megaphone. I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, so I think it's a really strong set of songs, very high energy. There's some really interesting things happening in here, some interesting collabs, some which upset me.
Ooh.
And because I'm like, why on earth are these people making this song? And there's some really interesting stuff to dig into.
I just realized I haven't heard any of your opinions on these songs. I think
you know, I actually think we should avoid telling each other our opinions ahead of streams, because it means that when we actually do the streams, it means we can be horrified by each other's respective terrible taste. Sunday, the hat will come in a minute at the appropriate time. I will also say in this segment, there is going to be an exclusive first ever English language interview with Clicherik and Max. They have never done an English language interview. But I sat down with Max while I was in Estonia last week. I went to the album launch. I have various goodies to show you. He's not the only act who I met up with last week while I was there. And so we have plenty to talk about. This is going to be quite a storied recap. I'm just going to get it set up now.
Wait,
that's
before
loud.
you start, what hat?
The hat, I'll come to it. But for the Estonians in chat, Estonians in chat will know what I'm talking about when the time comes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am going to bring up. What a relief this site is. The reassuring Misha Eurovision logo. Oh, and we're actually starting with Clicherik and Max, the first one on the video. So we're going to have this interview stuff in a minute. Let's first listen to a quick sample. So, what did you think, Jay, of Jolly Roger?
So I listened to these songs at the gym yesterday, right? And I was going through the songs. I was like, yeah, these are really good. And then this one came on, and I was like, I almost dropped the dumbbells because I was just like, what the hell? And then by the end, I was like really vibing. I was like, yeah. So yeah, I do like this one.
Estonians love this as well. This went straight to number 1 on the Spotify charts, where it has remained. And I think will remain for a while. For context, Clicherik and Max are like the biggest, most famous artists in Estonia right now. I'm going to show you the interview in a minute. I've got some quick goodies to show everyone first, some things I brought back. Firstly, this is the actual vinyl of their most recent album, Club Schlager. I went to the album launch last week, and it has Jolly Roger on it, track number 7. So you can buy these somewhere, I guess, which I have smuggled home to this country. And yeah, it's cool as fuck, basically. The other thing I want to show you now, if you're Estonian and in chat, please make yourself known now. I want to know how many of you there are here right now. If you're in chat, like, I don't know, just shout that you're Estonian. Obviously, okay, because Preili Pepperoni is here. Sunday is here. Estonia Gamer 10 is here. Any other Estonia? Okay, right, I see several Estonians. Right. Estonians. This is the exact hat from the music video. You know the music video I'm talking about? This is the hat from the music video. Not the same hat, like from somewhere else. It is the hat that was in the music video.
Who did you kill to get that?
They gave it to me. This is the exact same hat.
At this point, you are Estonian.
Yes. I'm going to keep this hat on for the rest of the segment.
Should I get my pink one down?
Yeah, you should. Go get it now.
Okay. Let me match your energy real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm wearing headphones.
Someone says this is the loot Gabe drops when you defeat him. I have more things knocking about here, by the way, which I'm going to show you through the stream. Yeah, this is the hat from the music video for Rahvalol by Kermo Mura. Nirvana says married in Estonia or getting married to Estonia, both. Yeah, no. So this is the legit hat. The next thing, I think we're going to go to. Oh, you got it. Very nice. I'm glad we're able to find some fun somewhere, despite everything being terrible. I'm going to go to the interview now. And so we're just going to let this play through. It's about 7 minutes long. And then I'm going to talk a bit about it. Because there's some things I want to talk about with this song that I want to point out to you guys. And also I want to, because this song is the first chance to give you an idea of where this channel is going to go and some of the different themes I want to explore, which I will do while wearing the hat. I am in an undisclosed location in Tallinn, Estonia, on what is a very exciting week because Eesti Laul is back. The songs are here at the time of the release, and I am sat here with Max,
Someone take a screenshot.
one half of Clicherik and Max, and I know Eurovision fans are going to pronounce it wrong. They're going to say Clicherik, so can we just get the pronunciation right now? You say it like Clicherik and Max.
So the story behind Eric's name is like he found the word cliche
Cliché,
and
right?
his own name Eric, and he just like put this together, and now it's like Clicherik.
Clicherik, not Clicherik. I can see you reaction channels. I know you're all going to say Clicherik and
No, the
Max.
Estonians, they don't know how to pronounce it, but foreign people, usually they do.
Really? I don't know. Maybe they'll do us good. But honestly, I've seen some bad pronunciations. There's a lot of people out there who call it Eesti Laul. So before we get to that, though, let's go a bit into the background of Clicherik and Max.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have known each other a long time, right? You were sort of friends. You started making music. How did that happen? And sort of, if you could sort of share a bit of how you ended up here for people watching who haven't heard your music before.
So this is actually a really long story, but we are like childhood friends, and then like in 2016, 17, 15 or something like that, we found like this underground rap scene with like Lil Peep, Lil Pump, XXX Tentacion, this like scene or like movement, and then we clicked because nobody really listened to this music, and then we started making SoundCloud rap, and yeah, the rest is history.
And we're here now. For those who don't know, there's a new album, and there is and Jolly Roger, which is the song, is sort of half on that album. It's on the vinyl, which is out now at the time of release, so you can buy it if you want. In general, I feel like this is a song, it's fun, it's got the party energy, but for viewers who don't speak Estonian, there is a sort of a deeper message underlying here. And I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the meaning of the song.
So it's actually about like modern piracy, you know, but the deeper meaning, it's not that deep, but Estonian society has this like inside joke that Estonians, as Sydney knows, they moved to Finland to have a better job, and then leave kind of basically everything behind. And some Estonians do some dumb shit in Finland, and this is what Estonians are somewhat known for, Finnish people, and this is kind of what the song is about.
So it's almost like kind of like parodying the stereotype almost.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like sort of saying, yes, we are like this. I mean, we're not like this, but we are like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of fits into your kind of wider like musical background. What I thought was really interesting. So a few days ago at the album launch, we were talking a little bit about Berlin and the sort of German DJ scene and so on. and how that kind of influenced you.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you could maybe tell us a bit more about that. What attracted you to Berlin, and also things like what kind of DJs are your favorites and so on, so we can get a better idea of what the inspiration is behind the song.
So in Estonia, I don't really have a safe place to party. When I go to, like, in Germany or in the Netherlands, nobody knows me, and also like the whole scene is advanced, it's better, it's quality, it's respected, and I find my inspirations there. For example, this song, which was the last song we finished on the album, Welcome to the Club, was right after me and my girlfriend, we went to Berghain, and then I got the last push to finish the album, and this song talks about like getting into a club. Yeah, but you had a question about the song.
It was more just about, because obviously every artist is kind of a product of their influences, right? And so it's helpful to know things like places like Berghain and other clubs in Berlin that have those kinds of DJs and so on that kind of influence your sound, right? And I guess the problem is, in a small country like Estonia, is that, I mean, Tallinn is a city of 400,000 people, right? It's quite difficult to build like a scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for example, there was one club which was similar to this.
Club Heil.
You as well. Now it closed down.
Yeah, because like they had this like face control thing too, but they don't have enough people to like have this kind of like possibility to like select who can get into the club, and this goes to every sub-genre or whatever.
And do you think if there's one thing that could be done, like in the Estonian music scene specifically, to make these things more sustainable for artists, for example, what would you do?
To not like crowd please too easily people. So in Estonia, the club scene, people are used to hearing these throwback 2000s guilty pleasure songs, but we're like the other half of the people who want to like genuinely play electronic music. They are like pushing limits. They're trying to like teach people that, hey, there's like this music too. We know you like it, but you don't know it yet. So this is what me and my friends are kind of like trying to do.
And it seems to be working. The album's topping charts here in Estonia. You should make sure you go and listen to it too. And of course, make sure to tune in to Estilar in February. We will be there, and we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you so much.
So that was Max, and there's a couple of themes I want to get into. Before I do, quickly, the polls are back. As we go through these recaps this year, each song, probably not for the large national finals. I think FIK has too many songs to do this. FIK, sorry, I've got to get it right. We'll do like a yay or nay, like do you like it or do you not? And that's happened on YouTube already. If it could happen on Twitch as well. Yeah, sorry B, I'm giving you loads of work to do. But if you could put a poll up on Twitch for the same. I love how excited all of you get about polls, by the way. That makes me really happy. I want to talk a little bit about this song, and I want to talk a little bit about, because I've been talking about my fiance a lot today, but my fiance is herself someone who has come from like a, she won't mind me saying, she's come from a quite, she's from East Germany, just near the Polish border. And she resonates with this song quite a lot as an immigrant in a different context. And it kind of is applicable in others as well. And I want to talk about the lyrics for a second, and then we will move on. But it's a silly song. It's a dumb song. But some things I wanted to point out, which I thought was fun. But the megastar, I could be your captain if you are a megastar. The megastar is the name of the ferry that runs from Tallinn to Helsinki. I thought that was fun. more generally, and it's like Max was saying, it's a song about stereotypes, right? And sort of, it's a song from the role of like what a stereotypical Estonian in Finland is considered to be like. You know, brash, aggressive, comes and steals the women, drinks a lot, causes chaos. But how many of you in your countries have some kind of discriminatory stereotypes about immigrants where they're brash, aggressive, drink, steal the women, cause chaos, and do loads of crimes? Like, I don't know if this was entirely the intention, but I actually think it's a fairly universal, like, message in some ways that gets, you know, that is within, you know, that you could basically find anywhere. It just so happens that here, it's being sung by an Estonian about how Estonians are seen in Finland. And I just think that's really cool. And this is one of the things I'm going to try and explore in a bit more depth at some point. Because I actually think it's good to have songs like this, like where it has these kinds of these hidden messages, these hidden meanings. I know this is a very serious topic, and this hat is not so serious. And I promise you that me and Jay are profoundly serious individuals.
Oh, yeah.
But this is, you know, a very kind of, like, there's actually some quite good social commentary buried in this song, which I really, really enjoyed. And I would like to see more of it. Jay, any final thoughts on Jolly Roger, which 78% of people over on YouTube are saying yay to, before we move on to the next song, which I believe is Gatani?
This is a great cardio song.
It is.
That's my contribution.
It is indeed. All right, next up we have The Game by Gatani. Let's listen to a few seconds of it. So, oh, that's not very good still. Let me find something that's slightly better. There we go. That one's more fun. Look, she's having a nice time. So, Gatani, I'll put up a poll as well while I'm doing this on YouTube. Twitch mods, if you could do this on thank you very much, Thomas. You think that we're one of the best Eurovision YouTubers on the scene. We need, in these weird times, we need people like you. Thank you very much. Hopefully we are bringing some silliness and fun to your evening, which I think we all need, as well as talking about the serious stuff, of course. So, this song is very interesting. Gatani has changed an awful lot since Rockefeller Street. And you can tell this is a much more mature vocal. It's a much more mature sort of song. At the same time, I would say it doesn't quite have... It's lost... It doesn't have the quirkiness and the playfulness, obviously, that Rockefeller Street has. And as a result, I'm not quite as fond of it. What do you think, Jay?
I loved this one.
Go on, explain.
I don't know how to explain it, but it feels very... It almost feels nostalgic in a way. It kind of sounds like a 2014 song, but like in the best way possible.
I know what
like
you mean.
there's a lot of layers in the instrumentation, and I really like the melody as well. It's not like a... It's kind of a simplistic melody, but I don't know, there's something about it makes it just sound... It sticks in your head. Like I've had this song stuck in my head since I first listened to it yesterday.
Okay, that's curious, because it's not one of the ones, to be honest, that I've really had like on my radar all that much. I've listened to everything a fair number of times now, but it hasn't stuck with me in the same way some of the others have. Thank you so much, Das Mystery Man, for the $6 Canadian dollars, $6.99, I should say. But you have just made us all lose the game, so I am banning you forever for that. Macwell says,
"Are you joking?
Israel ate and left without any crumbs." You can't come in here and cause chaos. Otherwise, I'm going to send you more throat singing on Instagram DMs. Literally, if you look at... Literally, it's just the... my DMs with Macwell on Instagram is just the Hun Her 2 everyday meme over and over and over and over again. And
He
then
just
this
sends me
one,
Filipino memes.
and then this one of this tiramisu, which is throat singing. It's a throat singing tiramisu. In any case, Macwell, behave yourself. I know you don't believe that. You know you don't believe that. But some angry Euro fan might not be so sure. So take your care. Yeah, no, I like it. It's a good song. I am just going to quickly say that we have a 72% yay rating for that song, which puts it just below Jolly Roger, but that is still, I would say, a solid result. Reflects the quality. Yeah, it just lacked some of the distinctiveness for me. I was looking maybe for some edge, which I didn't quite find. At the same time, I like it. Let's look on to the next one. Nerp, Days Like This. And this is something else where I have something to show you all in a moment. So let's have a little listen. So, Days Like This by Nerp. I'm going to put a poll on. Jay, do you want to talk about this first while I get this set up?
His voice is very interesting. It kind of reminds me of Yuri Pootsman. It kind of has this like deeper, more rich sound to it, which I enjoy. The song itself, it wasn't one of my favorites, but I can see why people like it. It's anthemic in a way.
Yeah, that kind of touches on what I like about it too, because I find it is anthemic. It has that kind of slight nostalgia feel. I've already seen like compilations of like 2025 in summary kind of things popping up on Instagram and TikTok with this song in the background. And it does, so it's evoking the right emotions. One thing I really love about this is the pre-chorus. I think the pre-chorus, that sort of breathe in, breathe out, is like, it moves something in me. It energizes me somewhat. The other thing is I think this is going to have jury appeal in a way a lot of other songs aren't. I think as well, because it emphasizes the quality of his voice. This is one of the ones I have down to go to the super final at present alongside Jolly Roger. I have something to show you, Jay.
Do you?
No, did you all know that in addition to being a musician, Nerp runs a gin distillery? He has a gin distillery, a small one that he runs in Tallinn. And here is the gin.
Oh my god. Are you joking?
I brought home loads of this stuff. I met up with Nerp while I was there, and he gave us a little tour of the distillery. And we tried it. It's really nice. Goes well with Fever Tree tonic, if any of you are interested. So this is the gin. I have a bunch more bottles over there somewhere. It's called Sunk. But yeah, so this is what I quite enjoyed doing. I'm hoping to do this throughout the season, just occasionally bring you guys like sort of random bits of color from the artist's kind of background, from their lives and so on. And so this is what I have for you. How did I manage to get it to the UK? We had some small bottles that we could take through security because we only had carry on. And then then they have some in the duty free. So we have small bottles of it and big bottles. The small bottles were complimentary gifts from the man himself. And obviously the big bottle. Let me tell you, by the way, Days Like This sounds absolutely amazing when you're playing it through Nerp's personal studio sound system. And we had a really great conversation about the competition, about the motivations behind the song and stuff, and obviously about the gin. So hopefully I'll be able to go back there in February because I'd love to share some of that with you. But I just thought it'd be cool to bring you some of this. So this is Nerp gin. It's very fancy.
You look so Estonian right now.
What with my Nerp gin and my hat?
Yeah.
There is no Tommy Cash gin, I'm afraid. Also, another person said you lost the game and gave me €2. Thank you, Brash. I'm going to close the poll now. This one's actually not quite as fondly received by the public. We have 53% say yay on YouTube, and the edgelords over on Twitch say 74% nay.
Wow.
Which surprises me a little bit. I thought this would be better received. Oh, it's just gone to 68%. There's not as many votes on Twitch. I think that this one will surprise you live. He's a really, really great singer. And yeah, there's lots more to come from Nerp. I think it's going to be one of my 3 in the super final. We're going to the next song. I'm going to bring back this. Whoop. And we have Laura Pritz. and I will set up the poll in a moment. So, unlike the contest, Laura has dignity, but does she have a chance of winning Esti Laul? Jay.
No.
Okay. More words.
I wasn't a fan of this one.
It's interesting. Sorry, go on.
'Cause I usually quite like this genre, right? Like almost pop punk kind of. But this one just didn't do it for me. I think I skipped just over half of it.
Okay, well that's
'Cause
rather telling.
Yeah, not for me.
Not for you. So, yeah, this one didn't really go so well for me. I've been watching a lot of ranking videos for Esti Laul, actually, out of curiosity. And this song is always 11th. Like, this song is always 11th. Like, 80%. Seriously, everyone, after this stream, go and watch some, like, top 12 for Esti Laul. This is always 11th. You get one or two where it's 12th. But, and we'll get onto the song that is 12th in every single ranking later. This reminds me, someone says Kamikaze Life from Melfest. I think that's right. Also, if you remember Felin from Esti Laul last year, very similar vibe. I think also when you have Ollie, and obviously we'll get to Ollie in a minute, in the contest, it kind of, there's no audience for this. It loses its point. So I think this one is going to do not so well. As for the audience opinion, 80% nay. So it's the least favorite of the audience so far. 80% nay, and then 85% nay over on Twitch. So what I'm hearing is that you guys don't like this very much. Would I be correct in that? Yes, it seems so.
Yes.
Has some of the worst auto-tuning I've heard for an entry. It could just be a stylistic thing. Let's see what happens live. Jolly Roger has stylistic auto-tuning. So it'll sound a bit different live. The thing is, I think it might actually sound better when it's raw. It could be the same for this. Happiness Bean likes the snippet. Well, each to their own. You can enjoy all of these songs. The point of this is really, ultimately, for you guys to discover new music and to sort of enjoy the competition element of it too. It's fun, it's dramatic, it's exciting. We get to see all of these things live, and it's really nice to see them develop. So if other people don't like what you like, doesn't matter. You get to enjoy it anyway. That's the fun of it. You can just enjoy it to a fairly low place, I think, what is likely. So we're going to move on. I'm going to close the poll on YouTube, and we're going to go to the next one, which is... Are you aware who the Stockholm Cowboys are, Jay?
No idea.
It's Stig Rasta and Victor Krona.
Oh, okay. Why I just... Oh. No. I think that's why I hated this song so much.
You felt the aura. Lee points out, sitting member of the Estonian parliament, Stig Rasta. Right.
I can't believe that's the same Stig Rasta that sang Goodbye to Yesterday. Like,
I wish I had some explanation for why this exists. This is the one that makes the least sense to me. I don't really see what Victor and Stig are getting at here. Like, it's a kind of hello, my fellow kids, like approximation of Queen of Kings. But slightly more sea shanty. And I just think it doesn't work. I just sort of... A lot of these songs, the person who is giving you the message is almost as important as the message itself. Like, something a bit sort of aggro works from Clicherik and Max in the same way that something tender, like Kulm by Ann Marlin, works because it's from Ann Marlin. Maybe this song would work better if it wasn't being sung by Victor Krona and Stig Rasta. That said, it is still not a very good song. How do you feel? How do you do, fellow youngsters? What is the point?
Counterpoint.
Go ahead.
I didn't like this song even though I didn't know who they were.
That's a
So
fair point. In some ways, I think it's good
Yeah.
that you've only listened to these exactly once, because it means we get just the first impression, which is what everyone on TV is going to be going off. So, yeah. I don't know why it exists. And clearly, none of you do either, because this has a 73% nay rating. So it's not something you particularly enjoyed. It was almost identical result over on Twitch as well, 72. Yeah, not much more to say about this. It's not getting to the super final. It's not going to Eurovision. Fine. We move on to Kelkus by Marta Pikani. So somebody pressed the cowboy button in Estonia, and it's just like, this is a third of the songs in this show are either about cowboys, pirates, or both.
Maybe there was a theme that they had to follow.
And we just missed it.
Yeah.
What did you think of Kelkus?
I can't lie. I forgot about this one.
That's not a good start.
Yeah, I think it's not that it's bad. I think it's just forgettable, which is honestly maybe worse.
I like it more than Stockholm Cowboys for sure. I think she's got a nice voice. The song is maybe not super moving me all that much. I think there's more that could be done here. I think it gets lost a little bit. And with the up-tempo section of this national final being so heavily contested, I just can't see that many people going for it. Am I going to wear the hat to Estilal? Probably not, because I consider this an item of like intangible Estonian cultural heritage. I'm not going to take it to places where it could get lost, is my key thing. Beat says it has 3.5 stars on Eurovision World, which is, not terrible, but it's not great. I don't connect with it. I don't skip it. It's like quite nice to listen to, and maybe she'll elevate it on stage. It has that potential, but it's not really ticking many boxes for me. And the audience seems to agree. We have a 60% nay and 75% nay over on Twitch for that one. So far, we have Gatani and Clicherik and Max, the clear favourites of the audience. But we still have, I believe, another 6 to go. So we'll move on to Ant and Minimal Wind. This is not a combination I had on my expected list. But Elizabeth Tiffany, who is the lead singer of Minimal Wind, has started making individual music by herself again. So it made sense that if they were going to come back, they would bring another singer. What's interesting is, here's a little factoid for you. Andrei Zevakin, who came second in Estilal last year, has since opened up a hairdresser with his long-term partner, Kali Karita. And Ant has now started working in that hairdresser. So I'm thinking maybe when I'm there in February, I should get Ant to cut my hair and film it as part of the video.
Please do that.
So yeah, Estonia is a small world, basically, is what I'm saying. So Ant is, he's still going, not with Universal Music anymore. Still going. I didn't actually expect him to be back so soon, but I'm glad he is. Let's listen to a little snippet. So, a ballad at last. Jay, what do you think?
I liked this one. It was very calming, in my opinion. And how long is this song? Is it exactly 3 minutes?
Yeah.
It flew by. It's quite easy to listen to. But the melody I really like. Yeah, I think it's a great song.
I think it's something I enjoy it. I think it starts a little slowly maybe, but I think it really it really grows on me, and I really love once it gives Ant the chance to show off his voice a little bit. What I'm really hopeful for is, it felt like Ant maybe got a little caught in the moment last year. I think there was a lot going on with that staging and the fall at the end and everything. Maybe too many things happening at once, right? That combined with the fact that the staging was not cooperating, bits of it were falling off literally during his performance. I hope we have a bit more of a chance for him to sort of shine this year, right? I think this could do very well on the basis of it not having much competition as a ballad. It could do very well in the juries. At the same time, we kind of expected Minimal Wind to potentially win the whole thing last year, and then they did nothing close to it. So it could go wrong in the same sense. The problem is with this is that it has to be staged right, and if it's not, I worry that it could maybe be a little too slow, a little too dull. And that could potentially present an issue. We'll have to see. In any case, yes, I agree that with some guy on the Twitch net, that Armageddon was incredibly robbed. Spartacus, in answer to your question, watch the start of this stream. Some people saying they predict this might win Estilau. I don't think it will, but I think it could go to the super final. And for those of you who are able to count to 3, that would mean if this went to the super final, we've had all 3 songs that I would say are going there. There's only one other song that I can see us getting there, but we'll get to it in a minute. So we have 63% yay, 37% nay. That makes it the 3rd favorite of the audience so far. Which means Getir Yani did better with our audience than this. Not something I expected. Because with love to you all, I really thought you guys would love the sad ballad. It is kind of like the 2 moods that I have and Jay has, and that most of you have, is like the Visminist and pull-up mood of everything's going super, super high energy, or alternatively, ultra cry ballads. See Jay and Hold Me Closer as an example. You should have seen him. Guys, when we saw Cornelia Jacobs live, you should have seen Jay. He was in bits.
I full on sobbed.
Yeah,
it's true.
It was a moment. Gosh, that was 18 months ago. Let's go to the next song, which is certainly not a sad ballad. Potentially too heavy for Jay. This is Slave by Ollie. So, this is the fan favorite. Absolutely, at this stage, this is the fan favorite. And in my opinion, it's the best of Ollie's 3 entries so far. It feels a little... I think it's less accessible than the previous 2, and I think that's a good thing, because I think he's being more, unfiltered. I think his voice comes through. I really like the breakdown. I think the choruses are really solid. Jay, what are your thoughts on Ollie? I feel like there's a section of your music taste that could get into this kind of thing.
Yep, I really like this one. Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. The chorus is really good, very solid. I really like his voice in general is really nice. He really suits this genre, this more edgy kind of pop rock. Yeah, I enjoy this one a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think I feel a bit sad because this is his best song coming in the year where I think he's going to do worst. Because I think he's going to be 3rd or 4th. I think he's going to either get into the super final and come 3rd, or maybe 2nd at a push, or he's going to finish 4th overall. And the reason for that is now we essentially we know what his ceiling is, and unfortunately, if he can't beat Vismunist, he probably can't beat Clicherik and Max either. So for him, I think it may be, and for his fans, it may be heartbreak again. But I'm really glad for this one, because this song feels like, unlike My Friend, which felt very similar to Venom, this feels like an evolution. It feels like a development. And so, yeah, I'm happy for him. People saying it gives Hungary 2018 vibes. I would say yes, although Hungary 2018 is a little more, is a little harder. ERR better not sabotage his performance like in 2024. Made no difference to his result. I think they should have let him perform again, but made no difference to his result. Definitely less commercial, definitely less accessible. But I think it's really good. And it's a big favourite of the chat as well. 79% yay and 85% on Twitch, which puts it like I think a percentage point above Jolly Roger, and makes it the favorite of the chat so far. I actually thought it would be a little higher given the reception. This is topping a lot of fan polls and stuff. But yeah, I have high hopes for Ollie. I will tell you all now who are really hoping he's going to win. I don't think that's going to happen, and I'll make a prediction once we're done with all the songs. For now, we're going to move on to the next one, which is Near River. It's near. This reminds me so much of Nightmares by Near River. They're not the same song, obviously, but it's like the vibe is exactly the same. And like if this was sung in English,
I think that's why I like it so much.
If this was sung in English and you told me it was a Near River song, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's Near River. I will admit, I do also really enjoy it. But Jay, do you want to talk about what do you like about this song?
That it sounds like Nightmares by Near River.
You're a big fan of the year 2012 then, huh?
Yeah, what a simpler time. I miss it so much.
Things were easier back then, it is true.
Yes. No, but I quite like this sort of electronic pop as well. Yeah, no, it does sound like 2012, doesn't it?
It has a certain nostalgia in that sense.
Yeah, kind of like Avicii, Zed. Yeah.
That kind of era. That's what I think too. It's the sort of thing I think could have done amazingly in Eurovision at that time. I think it's maybe a little past its sell-by date. At the same time, it feels like it's very fiercely dividing people because some people who really love this. Some people who are like, don't get it at all, too generic. And as a result, 52% yay on the YouTube side, 52% nay on the Twitch side.
Only 52%. Wow.
Well,
wow.
You know, it's not nothing's for everyone. I think it's fun, but I worry that because of the harmonization of the vocals and so on, that it could sound bare live. If it's not well produced, you might find that her vocal kind of seems separated from it a little bit, and then it'll not sound good. Yeah, it's just kind of there. I mean, I like it. I liked Nightmares by Near River. I don't know how this is going to be when it's actually on stage. This is Every Poor Mud featuring Greta Paya song, only without Poor Mud. That's a very specific reference, but you are right. It's there. It exists. It'll finish mid-table, I think. I enjoy it. It's probably going to get a fair amount of play from me over the next few months. I just really hope they have a plan for it live. Let's move on to the song that is like by far and away last in every single fan poll. I think a little unfairly. Let's play it quickly. So, Mezzi Gross by Robert Lner. Jay, your thoughts?
I just know you love this.
I like it. I don't love it. I like it. Will I explain why?
Because you liked that folk song from last year.
Oh, what? No, the Rapina Jack one. That was totally different. That was totally different. Although I did really like that song.
Yeah. This definitely is not for me.
It's not your thing, is it not?
No, and the fact that I was listening to these songs at the gym did not help.
This is not something I want.
Yeah, no, I had to skip halfway through. Oh. But you know what? Good for him. He's in the trees. He's embracing nature. He has a guitar. That's Shawn Mendes. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, just to give you an idea, like if you look at the fan poll, this is terrible quality, but do you see? Oh, come on, focus. Okay, do you see that it has less than half of the points of 11th place? What did I miss? Why are you both wearing funny hats? Ask Ollie.
Don't explain. Don't explain.
Thanks very much for the support. I will not be explaining why we have funny hats. Also, it looks like the stream is going to run slightly late. That's fine. My fiance is actually away, so I'm not like keeping her out of the living room to do this. It means I can run a bit late. That's fine, but I will need to go and feed cheese anyway. So I may need you to hold the fort for a few minutes, Jay, just after 10. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, just telling you all in advance. But it means you'll all get to see cheese because he'll be running around yelling like a madman because he's about to be given food. At the moment, he's asleep on the sofa just behind me, so you won't be able to see him. But I'm not going to disturb him because he's had a tough day of wreaking havoc and terror on my life. What were we talking about? Metzik Gross,
Shawn
Robert
Mendes.
Lner, Shawn Mendes, yes. So for Shawn Mendes, we have 59% nay. That's the result. 59% nay. 60% nay, in fact. Which is not great. It's better. It's not the worst performing song out of all the ones we've had so far, but it seems like in general, you all aren't hugely getting this one, which is kind of what I expected. And I'm glad we have it because it's very unusual. It's very different to what you might usually hear in a selection, but yeah. Well, I guess we better play this. So, Vanilla Ninja, been to Eurovision before. Jay, why don't you start?
It's fine. It's fine. I do like the beat, and that's about it. The beat and the electronic elements, and that's it. Nothing. Yeah.
So
I kind of forgot about this.
This is, someone says, the positives are it's a Sven Lehmus song. The negatives are it's a Sven Lehmus song. For those of you who don't know, Sven Lehmus is an Estonian composer. He's composed huge amounts of Estonian songs for various competitions. Randajad from 2009 is one that really sticks out to me. It's extremely dated. And I think the title is kind of cringe. Like, come on. No one says epic anymore. Even I know that. If you describe something as pretty epic, it makes you sound, well, pretty cringe. And I find this a little cringe. It's a fun nostalgia hit, and so I'm not taking it too seriously. And I don't think it really needs like too much analysis for that reason. It's a fun nostalgia hit. It's a little bit silly, but it really doesn't need to go any further than its competition. It would make like a really nice, almost like a fresh glass of water in the middle of the show. Just quick sort of shake off any tension you have and then keep going. That's how I feel about this. And it seems that you all agree that it's not particularly pulling up many trees, with 65% saying nay and 75% saying nay over on the Twitch side. So this is one of your least favorites so far. Sounds like it was made for an ad. Yes, I kind of know what you mean. Maybe we should try it. Give me a minute. Let me try this. Give me a moment. Let's test this theory out. Get 20% off now with the DFS sale. All sofas only until the end of this week. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
Right. With that, let's move on to the next one.
How did you pull that out of the bag?
I just be doing things.
Do you shop at DFS?
No, it's just DFS always has a sale on. Right, next, Rhythm of Nature by Uliana Olina, who is a Ukrainian vocal coach living in Tallinn for several years now. A girl in a basement of your daddy says, I'm late for the party. I have nothing to add to Estilal, only that Minimal Wind and Ant are an absolute masterpiece. And here is 10 euros for Gabe for helping me get out of the clutches of Israeli propaganda. Thank you very much for your support. It's like I said at the start, if the things that I make can help contextualize a lot of the different machinations around the contest, a lot of the different things that are happening, that, in my opinion, is the biggest positive impact I can make. So I'm glad to see that it's helping people, understand sort of where the contest is. Right, let's play this song. Jay, what do you think? It's quite catchy in my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to say, this one was really catchy as well. I think I listened to this one twice, actually, because I liked it on first listen. I didn't know, like, any background of any of these artists, pretty much. But now that you've said that she's Ukrainian. I think that's why I like it so much. It has that sound. I can't describe it, but it's a very Ukrainian kind of Balkan sounding, and I like that sound. So that's why I like this song.
I will say, I think this is something I'd expect to hear in Vidbeer. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think I really like, I mean, that's explicitly what it's about. That kind of, it's meant to be sort of Estonian Ukrainian fusion. And you can see that played out in the video with a lot of the traditions, like Estonian traditions and Ukrainian, cultural heritage or something coming together. And I think that's a really nice blend. I will say I love it for the first minute and 20 seconds. And then I'm like, okay, I want something else. I want it to go somewhere else. And I'm just waiting. I feel like it does the 9 out of the 10 steps beautifully. And it just stumbles a little bit on the 10th step. I don't mean that in a negative way. I think it's really nicely done. I think that's just what holds it back a tiny bit for me. We just need a little bit more. People are saying, oh, it's up, it's sort of like up-tempo, tautomatas. I can sort of see that. What I will say, though, is that the audience seems to love it. 97% yay on Twitch, 81% yay on YouTube. That makes it your favorite so far, which surprises me, but I think this is something that has gone down pretty well. It could do well with the public. It is a nice combination, and I think there's a very strong kind of feeling, pro-Ukrainian feeling in Tallinn as well. I think people will enjoy seeing that fusion if they can bring that to the stage. That remains to be seen, though. I don't know if it's going to do great with the juries. That could prevent it from getting to the super final. What do you think, Jay? Does that make sense to you? How far do you think it could go?
Maybe not super final. I think this is kind of an acquired taste. But I could see it getting high mid-table.
Mm-hmm. Maybe 4th, 5th, let's see.
Yeah. 6th, 7th. Yeah.
Well, now everyone's going to leave. With that, we've completed the songs. So let's take a look at the full list. I'll get it up on screen now. And let's try and call where this one is going. Okay, I'm going to get it up now. Thank you, as always, Eurovision World. We wouldn't be here without you. So, here are the 12 songs. I want you to name 3 super finalists for me, and then I want you to name a winner.
3 super so like not my opinion.
Not your opinion, although also tell me your favorite, but the 3 who you think will be in the super final and who you think is going to be the winner.
Wounds, Jolly Roger, and Slave.
Wounds, Jolly Roger, and Slave. I think I'm very certain about Jolly Roger because they're going to win the televote. We'll come to that in a minute. And if I remember correctly, the jury is... I'm not sure if it's going to be an all-international jury or half Estonian, half international. They change the rules every year. They haven't emailed me, so I assume I'm not going to be asked. Also, I've expressed opinions publicly, so I probably shouldn't be asked. Jolly Roger, Days Like This, and Slave. I think those are the 3 that are, based on the domestic audience and the domestic interest, those are the ones that I think are going to get through. And then the winner. Thoughts?
Oh. I have no idea.
I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to show you something as to why. I'm going to leave this on for now. I'm going to show you exactly where this is going, and I'm not even going to need to say another word once I put this on screen. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Oh God, everyone's going to see that I've been listening to Lady Gaga this afternoon. That doesn't matter. There is nothing else from anyone, anywhere on this list. But you'll also see, so there, Clicherik and Max. Clicherik and Max. Clicherik and Max. And Malen.
Yay.
Clicherik and Max. Kermo Mora,
So you think
who is
it's
Max from Clicherik and Max.
So you think it's kind of a done deal?
Clicherik and Max. Oh, also this one. This is the song with which the hat came from. Kermo Moral, who is Max from Clicherik and Max. I think this one is going to go the same way the last 2 years have. And I think there's going to be a clear televote winner, and it's going to be Clicherik and Max. That's
Fair enough.
where it's going, in my opinion. So that's my final thoughts. I'm keen to hear how you all think this is going to go. Who's going to be in the super final? My head is boiling now, so I'm going to take this off. At least I don't have hat hair. Could you go over Luxembourg Song Contest? Not today, but we will maybe next week. We're going to talk about, because Montenegro and Albania will have happened by the next time we do a live stream. So we're going to talk about Montenegro and Albania. It's already 9:40 p.m. here, 10:40 p.m. if you're living in the Central European time. And in fact, it's 11:40 in Estonia and Finland, where a disproportionately large number of you live for the size of the channel. Now, quickly before we move on, I have one more thing to show you that isn't related to anything. But as you know, Charlie McGettigan and Nemo are sending their trophies back. What I want you all to say is, do you think I should send back the remnants of the Irish Euro song, complimentary Bellamy Anta Tannin gift bag, to the EU headquarters in Switzerland? Should I send Martin Green my exfoliating ham?
Oh my god. That sentence should have never been said.
Previously unsaid sentences.
The people that have no clue what you just... The exfoliating ham.
Dunder says, Viesminus should send their Besser back to you. For context, those of you who don't know, we awarded Viesminus the Best Eurovision Success Award for winning the trivia quiz against Vibe on our charity stream earlier this year. It's still, I was at their label office like a week ago. It's still up on the shelf, like on their trophy cabinet, like next to like a bunch of Estonian music awards, and it's just the Besser. Yeah. But I just wanted to let you know that these guys, some of these things are still around. We should ask MJ. Our friend MJ was also at the show and got one of these, and I think found more use of it than I did. So I should ask her how it is. That said, like this one, this triple action glycolic body scrub has clearly been used by someone, although I'm not sure who, to be honest. Let's keep moving forward. Maybe I should send EBU a bottle of Nerp gin as well, because I think they probably need it at the moment. Let's move on to Montenegro. So, Montesong this year. General impressions, Jay. I was really, really impressed. Like, seriously impressed. Like, how has Vladana Vucinic done this in such a short period of time? What did you think?
I can't believe it. Like, I actually downloaded some of these songs. Like... Yeah, no, the quality's great this year. Mm-hmm. It's such a massive improvement from last year. Yeah, there's something magical cooking with this contest, I think.
I think it's really exciting from a country with such a small population that has so few resources. I just really hope that they will have learned. It's clear they've learned lessons in the selection process. I want to see those lessons learned on the production side as well. We'll see if that happens or not. But there's some songs to be excited about, so why don't we go through them? I have my recap here, and we're starting with the Queen herself, who has returned. I accidentally removed Jay from the screen. There we go. You're back now. The Queen herself, Dolceera, has returned. Let's listen to a few seconds of Casanova 91. So, unironically, this sounds like 10 songs in Sanremo every year sound exactly like this.
The way you're not wrong. Oh my god.
And if this was in Sanremo, it would have a bunch of people being like, whoa! And it does show that there is a degree of like people, you know that meme which is like thing, Japanese. It's like that, but it's like thing, Italian. There's a degree of that because this feels like extremely Italian. You know what I mean? Like, as in, it feels like if it was an Italian artist releasing it, it would get radio play in Italy. What did you think of Queen Dolceera?
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from her. But the song, sure. You know what? Fine. It's a little bit repetitive, but I don't care because it's Dolceera.
I think this one feels like repeat, and like the weird live performance and stuff was deliberate. It was part of the sort of act. This one feels a little more serious in tone. That said, I guess we'll have to see. She'll probably have something interesting cooked up for us. I hope she wears a potato sack again on stage. That would be fun.
Oh my god.
Gabe acting as if he doesn't do the same thing with Thing, Estonian/Mongolian. You are absolutely right. I'm as much
they
of a
kind of clocked
hypocrite.
you.
I'm as much of a hypocrite as anyone else. But I think part of analyzing pop culture in the way we do is first acknowledging that we're all absolutely humongous hypocrites. And I would not pretend not to be. Dolceera only gets a 60% yay rating on YouTube. That's offensive. 59% actually, but 81% over on Twitch. That's much better. Let's go forward to, this is the big favorite. Lana and George. I need to learn how that D with the line is pronounced.
No one knows how to pronounce it.
I feel like Stephen is going to tell me. So
I think it is Georgia.
Is it like Georgia?
Georgia. I think so.
I'm waiting for Stephen's final word on this. Never mind, he's taking too long. I'm going to play it. I'm saying, when I say this, I mean it in the most, okay, it's like George. Okay. The most complimentary way possible. I mean this in a really good way. It makes me feel like Hurricane made me feel. I mean, it's in Serbian Hurricane, not as in every day.
Oh my god!
Mind. Just to be clear,
I was like, how? I was like, what? How did? What?
So,
okay.
As an interesting side quest here, for some reason, in the last couple of days, my YouTube algorithm has been really keen to recommend me Alvin and the Chipmunks versions of Hurricane by Eden Golan. So that's what my YouTube recommendations have been like. But let's focus on this song. So it reminds me of the Serbian girl group Hurricane in the best possible way. That kind of really anthemic Balkan pop. And it's powerful, and I think it's great. What do you think?
This is such a good song. I have almost no doubts that this will maybe win. Maybe I do have some doubts. The first doubt I have.
Maybe win.
The first doubt I have is how are they going to stage this? Because it's one of those songs where it's not like as straightforward as just stage it, because what kind of vibe are they going to try and go for?
I think.
And how is the guy going to come into the song? Like, is he just going to stand there really awkwardly, or is he going to do like a Flow Rider kind of entrance?
Yeah, this is the thing, is that the whole Stephen says, let me tell you, they will maybe hit the notes. That's how we love it.
Oh.
Then it will just become a disaster bop, and I will still love it, but just in a different way. I think it's the kind of thing where what made Hurricane great was the fact it was the whole choreograph, performance, and everything. So we needed that, and I think we need that for this as well. The song isn't going to do it by itself. It needs to be the complete, all singing, all dancing, all bells and whistles package. Now that is possible. I think, is that the first time I've said package this season?
Yeah.
I think it might be. It can be, but obviously they have to put that all together. The staging will have budget, says Stephen, because the production company want their performers at Eurovision. They will get them there. In Montenegro, there is also a very cheap solution to get them there, with a few Nokia brick phones and a few dozen SIM cards. So hopefully they have some kind of protection. against that, because clearly over in Belgrade at a certain hotel owned by a certain parent of a certain 12 points receiving act from the Serbian national final last year, they haven't quite got a grips with this problem yet. Let me recall the most wonderful YouTube comment I saw last year, which was under that performance, a Serbian person saying, "If this got 33,000 votes, I will eat 33,000 shits."
That's a lot.
Yeah, so the Bojana, ex-David of It's All, indeed. It kind of, they remind me of them a bit, so we'll see, because I didn't like the way Bojana and David are staged. But yeah, this is a clear favourite. 78% say yay. People really like it. We're not going to do polls for all of them, because I think there's some songs that I'm probably going to skip over, and just we'll quickly go through them. But for all the ones that I think, where we have a story, we'll do that, just because this is a slightly bigger selection than Estonia. Right, we have this one by Luka Rajovic. I love the 7/4. Other than that, doesn't do much for me. Don't know about you. It's not something I had much to talk about, so we might go forward, if that's all right. And
It's kind of a mess.
Yeah? Elaborate.
And it kind of reminds me of like castles and knights and stuff. So, sure.
Well, that's nice, I guess. There is a poll on Twitch for this, yay versus nay, and nay is overwhelmingly winning. This guy didn't hit any notes last year, so probably will be a mess. Live 2. Next up, we have another returnee, and this is one I'm more excited about, Barjak Minerva, and we will do a poll about this one. This Barjak Dva Srca was a big favourite last year. One that I think a lot of people look back on fondly. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to start this time, if that's all right, Jay. This is the kind of music that really works for me. And for those of you, some of you will understand this, some of you won't. Is it just me, or does this sound like it should be a Doom soundtrack? Like for the video game Doom? That's the vibes I get from this. What I think I really want for Barjak, because I like the song, much like the song last year, I think it feels like they've got a great sound, but the direction isn't super clear yet. I want to see them work with, I would love to see them go and work with a sort of broader base in terms of producers, international, sort of producers, songwriters and so on within the metal scene to help develop their sound more, because I think there's something really exciting here that isn't ready for Eurovision. And that may be to their benefit this year. Given that I'm not sure going to Eurovision is a particular prize for any artist at this time. I don't think it's as good as the one last year either. I think that's a good point. But I think there is something here I want to see develop. There's something here I want to see in future. I don't think this scene isn't really that well known in Montenegro. I'd love to see them become flag bearers of it. Jay, what do you think?
I don't like this.
Is it too heavy for you?
No, it's not the kind of rock that I'm into. Because this is kind of like metal as well, right?
Yeah, I'd say
kind of, yeah, I'm not into it. Sorry.
Fair enough. And the majority on YouTube agree with you. 51% nay, 49 yay. 71% yay, 29% nay. Over on Twitch. Once again, showing that Twitch are the edgy ones. This song, I'm not going to talk much about it.
Oh my god, bro.
Like, she had such a good song in Eurovision. 16 years ago it was. 2009. This... No. Let's just...
No. Can't we move on? Yeah.
You've all heard enough already. Let's just move on. All right, everyone. I'm delighted to reveal Queen of Run to the Hills of the Game, version 4.0. Julie Orgard has written the same song again. I meant Melanie Weber. I don't think Julie Orgard is listed on this one. It sounds exactly like every other one of these songs. I just find it frustrating. I think it's good that there is international songwriters in a broad sense working in these competitions, because I do think there is a place for them, and they bring with them a lot of experience, a lot of really good connections for these artists, which can help them in the future. I don't think this song is what I want to see from that process. And, you know, I just find it frustrating sometimes, because a lot of these songwriters, I think, do have some really good stuff in their back catalogue. I'm just fed up of hearing this same song over and over again. What do you think, Jay?
This is Scandi pop. This is an MGP song. And like I kind of get what they're trying to do. Like, you know, get some international songwriters and stuff, but like I feel like it should still have some Montenegrin identity in the song. This does not have that at all. Like yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing is, it's one of these songs that feels off the shelf, right? And it's something, this isn't universally true. I had a discussion with someone on Twitter a while ago about this, about Sanna Nielsen, where I was saying, you know, one thing that puts me off about Sanna Nielsen, she's not credited as a songwriter on a single one of her own songs on her, on her most recent album. And so I'm not really that interested in her as an artist. At the same time, this person pointed out quite fairly that this is this kind of, you know, there's the Schlager traditions and stuff in Sweden where that's not necessarily unusual. For this, no. I'm not sure this is what Montenegro needs right now. And the message that it sends to everyone else if this wins, you know, buy a Swede and win instantly, is not a formula that should sort of pay off straight away. Again, I have no problem with these songwriters getting engaged in lots of different selections. I think it can be a really good thing. They produce some really great songs. These songwriting camps do bring some diamonds out. And, you know, I have a phone full of demos that have come out of songwriting camps. And some of them are really, really good. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones I like don't make it into the shows. And it's these kinds of things that do. Yeah, and the public seems to agree. 66% say nay. Horses be like,
bro.
That's not even funny. I don't even like.
This isn't a one-to-one VC.
Yeah, I said it, and I was like, wow, time to retire. Just leave. That was the worst. That was the least funny thing I've ever said. Like, even as I said it, I was annoyed with myself. I was like, why? Just stop. Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay, now you've said it.
Amazing.
Why are we laughing? What are we laughing at?
No, guys. I'm being so serious when I say this. Am I the only person in the world that likes this song? This is one of the songs I've downloaded.
Let me put the poll up. I don't even know why I'm laughing. Oh my god, I missed this, Jay.
Oh, I do love this.
Oh gosh. Right, there's your poll.
I don't know whether it's the face he's pulling.
Oh jeez,
or like,
hey.
Oh jeez.
Hey buddy, where are you going over there? You can't. Oh, you're coming back. Oh hi. He's just kind of investigating. He has to check everything's going well. Oh, and he's off. Usually we play at this time just before dinner, so he's probably getting restless. But I fed him half an hour late this morning, so I could feed him half an hour late this evening. Right. So 63% say nay.
No. I like this song.
Let's go to the next one. It's Tamara Zivkovic with Nova Zora. Let's have a listen. So, your thoughts, Jay? You go first this time.
This song is so all over the place, but I kind of like it. That electronic kind of drop is so like whoa the first time you listen to it. It kind of reminds me of does it? I was gonna say Raven, one of Raven's songs.
Not Veronica, obviously.
Well, yeah, obviously not, but one of her other songs I think has kind of that similar sound. But yeah, I do like this one. It's not my favorite though.
Yeah, I think it's okay. It's quite what's the word? It's very formulaic. It's formulaic. It's bombastic, yes, but it's formulaic in the same way that a lot of songs of this style are. That said, 81% yay. So actually, the audience loves it more than we do, apparently. I think it'll do quite well. I could see it getting sort of upper echelons.
I think it's a bit overrated. I think this was first on the Eurovision scoreboard app.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the average age of that app is influencing. I think there's a certain generation of people who sort of grew up with this kind of music that are more likely to use that app at the moment. I don't mind it though. Anyway. You know, not everything has to be serious. And this one is
this.
You know Tansenville by Marta Lotta?
I was literally about to say that one song from last year's Estilao.
Tansenville. My seventh most played song of 2025.
You're so unserious.
Yeah, deeply. It reminds me of that. But you know, what is a national final if you can't have at least one like Idgebol pop girly who's just kind of bopping along? And that is this song.
Did you just invent a genre?
Yeah.
Idgebol pop girly.
Yeah, that's what I would describe this and Marta Lotta as. Like, you know, it's not serious. It's kind of frolicking along, you know, from the, you know, it's just kind of bopping along, you know?
Yeah, power to her.
Mm-hmm. And so that is what I think about this. I'm putting up a yay or nay quickly before we move on to see what others think about it. And they like it. We have over 60% saying that they are yay and just over 35% saying nay. Oh, no, it's getting closer. It's still 60%. It was 58 a minute ago, 59. Okay, point is, more people like it than they don't like it. I'm closing the poll. Sorry, that was a very quick over on Twitch, the poll is just this person, yay or nay. She has a name. Right, let's move on. Oops. To Tina Jank Shadows, which is a name I recognize for some reason.
I think she was in last year.
Very quickly with this one, I get the exact same thought. I have the same thoughts as I do for Novozora. It's just slightly worse. Hi, Cheese.
Yeah, this isn't really on my radar.
Can you hear that?
It's fine. No.
Cheese is yelling at me. Sorry, continue.
Like, it's not a bad song, but it's not. I don't think it's competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'd agree. Let's keep going forward to whoever this guy is. I've heard it a lot of times before.
It's like a male Susan Boyle.
What does it even mean?
I don't know.
Sometimes
Can we move on?
Sometimes you just say things, and I'm like, And this is one of those times. 1 second, I need to move this out of the way because if cheese jumps on it, it'll break. Let me put it down there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, let's move on. I have very little to say. Yeah, very little to say. Cristina, Ollie. Let's have a listen. I quite like it, actually.
Really?
Do you not?
It's kind of just there for me. It doesn't do anything for me.
Fair enough. I guess it's not the most inspirational. Lana, Lner.
I like this one.
Go on.
I don't know. It's something about the melody is very kind of. It's not haunting. What's that word? Um,
Wistful, maybe.
Probably. But
Steven
yeah.
says Dolceera is Breskvitsa, but without the ethnic cleansing. Oh my word!
Well,
I mean, that Breskvitsa song was extremely. I mean, it was quite fascistic, really. So I kind of understand it. It is the similar genre to Breskvitsa. I wouldn't have quite put it like that. But Breskvitsa was literally like about. It was a thinly veiled, like, anti-Albanian anthem. So.
cheese.
Oh, he's approaching. What do you want? He's like up at my side right now. Do you want to come say hello? Jeez. Come on. Nope, he's just going to stare at me. Oh, here we go.
You should have a cheese cam.
He moves around too much at the thing. He sleeps in about 10 different places. Are you just going to stare at me or are you going to come say hi? You're just going to stare at me. Okay, moving on. Hopefully he'll appear in a minute. He's still staring at me, so he'll probably jump up and bother me. I love this song.
Same.
It's time for some lyrics. It's time for some lyrics.
Oh no.
Where are we?
Oh,
Montenegro.
no.
Rhythm Boy.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. You're my rhythm boy. You're my playboy. You're my lover boy. You're my rhythm boy.
10 out of 10. No
10
notes.
out of 10, no notes. And also, could we just say the breakdown for this song goes so hard.
It's so good, right?
Like, it hits you and
It
you're
kind
like,
of
oh.
It almost reminds me of a YouTuber's intro. Like their intro music from like 2012.
What you mean
know
with
what I
all the,
mean?
like, fancy graphics like XXX FaZe Clan Pro, XXX
Yeah.
Snipes. Yeah. I just...
You sound very familiar with that. Did you used to have a YouTube channel that had an
Cool,
intro like that?
XXX FaZe MLG Pro. No, actually, I didn't. I never had a YouTube channel where I posted anything before this one. Which is probably just as well, because it would have been very cringe. I mean, as if this isn't. Rhythm Boy is very much loved. We have 75% on YouTube, 85% on Twitch. I love it. I love it. It's not my favorite song, but I think it would be really funny if it won. So I want it to win. And Majda Božović.
It's fine.
Yeah. Another one where I don't have that much to say about it. So, Mr. J, looking at this list of songs,
Yes.
tell me who you want to win. Tell me who you think is going to win.
I want Temperatura to win, but I think Nova Zora might win.
I think it'd be really funny if Lara Baltic won. But I think I also think that Temperatura is going to win. Lana and George. That is pretty clear to me. And with that, that's Monta song in the can. Can you all hear that? He's sat. I can show you. One second. I got a full screen for a moment. He's lying on the kitchen table, heckling from across the room, aren't you, Cheese? Even though you're not getting your dinner yet because you had a snack. You had a snack at 7:30 and you know it. You're simply trying to perpetrate a fraud on me and everyone who's watching this stream. Do you understand the severity of that? He does not speak English.
I mean,
Yeah. Let's move forward to Albania. Lots and lots and lots of songs. We are not going to talk about most of them. Instead, I think we'll go through and talk about like a few of our favorites, because this is and a few that are like doing well. There is just too much otherwise. Where is my Monsieur Eurovision recap? I am nothing without the recaps. Let's see. Do they not have one?
No, they did.
I got it. By the way, because someone's been mentioning it in chat, I should have mentioned that during the Junior Eurovision section. Did you know that Azerbaijan gave Armenia 3 points? It's the first time they have ever given Armenia 3 points in any Eurovision event. They gave them 1 in 2009 in the senior contest. But, you know, maybe there is some United by music news. We're not doing polls this time, B, because there's too many songs. Nirvana, thank you for the $2 to buy cheese, more snacks. We shall. By the way, I can say one thing, good news. Cheese now went to the vet yesterday and now doesn't have to go back for a full year. Woo! He's had all his vaccinations.
Congrats, Cheese.
And everything was fine. And he's extremely healthy. He's really hench, actually. Like the vet commented on how big and strong he is. So well done, Cheese. We're very proud of you. Right. Let's have a look at some of the songs that stood out to us. And straight in, Fifi and Terry have been causing some... So, Fifi and Terry really think they're going to win, which is going to make it even funnier when they don't. Jay, what did you think of this song?
The song is fine. It's very, like, regular thick, you know? Yeah, it's fine. Nothing, no part of the song stands out to me. I think that's the problem.
Right. I like it. I think it's good that it feels like this is one of the signs that Fick is moving in a good direction. I don't love it. It doesn't stick out super much to me, but I understand why it sort of caught the imagination. At the same time, you know. Ines Nazeri. I like this. This is more my style. I really love how dramatic it is. Reminds me a little bit of Secret from 2022. But that is fun. What do you think?
Yeah, this was one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. I think it's in most people's top 5. But yeah, this song is great. It's very good for Fick. Yeah.
I really like this. I think it's just dramatic. It's energetic. I really hope she can deliver it live with a great vocal. This will be next level. And because she's Albanian, it will have a great vocal. Because all Albanian women in FIK have like the most insane pipes you've ever come across in your life. That is the rule. That's just the rule. That's just how it is. So she will sing it perfectly and we'll all be happy. Unless your name is Ranella Hajati. In which case you've kindly donated your vocal ability and your ability to write a good song to someone else, clearly. Let's go on. We have these rap dudes, Too Farm. Not for us, I don't think, Jay.
No.
Dilly, don't worry about the polls. There's too many songs in this one, so we're going to blitz through. And it is 10:10, so we don't want to run super late. We have Drit by Enshi Sufi. It's a ballad, sort of. It's a power ballad. Sounds like a lot of other things. I would rather skip it and go to this, which is the song I think is going to win, if you don't mind that. So, Alice, I believe won X Factor, or the X Factor equivalent in Albania last year. I think this is really powerful. I think the sort of chanting nature of it could be a big moment potentially. And it has lots of opportunity for really big vocals. I think this is the kind of thing that I would typically expect Albania to send. What do you think?
His vocals sound really good. It's quite unique, I think, his voice. But yeah, I enjoyed this when I listened to it. It stood out to me. I think I put this like fifth, maybe, in my top.
The big question would be, though, will Albania choose a man as a winner? When was the last time a solo man won this competition? It'd be 2018?
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great song. Mal was an
amazing song.
Great song.
Incredible song.
But they are breaking a now pretty well-established habit if they send this one. I hope they do. Okay, I get it. It was 2018. You're all saying it all at once. Yeah. We have Albanian Heart by... As soon as I hear L'Amour in a song that is not in French...
This snippet sounds like a junior Eurovision song.
I kind of know what you mean, actually. Cheese is still staring at me from the kitchen table, by the way. He does this when he wants me to feed him. He just sits there pointing towards the kitchen where he knows his food is, and he's like, "Are you gonna do something about this situation?" Yeah, I think it's cringe. I don't like it. Flicking through. Tell me to stop when you see something you like. Oh, is this one? Oh, this. I had something to say about this. It's not captured in this snippet, but I guess Lner had two songs and she couldn't decide which one she preferred, so she decided to mash them together. You have a sort of bombastic 7/4, kind of that similar style to Breskvitzer and stuff we were talking about before. And then we also have like a really slow ballad. It makes no sense whatsoever. And I don't know why this song exists. There's a really good idea in this, and it just wasn't executed well, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, this is two songs in one. Girl had too many ideas. I didn't like this. Sorry.
Oh. 1 second. Cheese has just come to... Have you come to give everyone your opinions? You want to come up here? What do you think of Lner Chausholi, Cheese? What is your opinion? Not your favorite? Is that why you're showing everyone your ass? Okay, I understand.
Oh dear.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Off he goes. So Cheese is not a fan of Lner Chausholi. I feel like I could be if it was all of the 7/4 sort of thing, but it is not. This is interesting. Okay, is written by one Beatrice Georgi, aka Beatrice from Škodra Elektronika. It's also in 7/4. So, bit more poppy, still maintaining the odd time signature. I think this is really cool. This is one of my favorites. It's also, I think, going to be fed dust. I think it is going to get nowhere near what it deserves from this show, but I really hope we get more stuff like this. We had, obviously, Zjör from last year. We had Perseritje the year before. I like interesting things, odd things, things that take something conventional and twist it, and this is what it does. And because of that, I like it quite a lot. What did you think?
Yeah, this is something you don't hear in Fic often, and for that reason, it's probably not going to do well, and that sucks because this song is really good. And I really hope that the jury there is a jury. Oh my god! I really hope the jury, acknowledges this song.
I'm sure they.
I don't think they will, but
I think it'll get a little bit of love, but not a lot. A sort of a medium love, and it'll come like 7th, which would be too low. Oh God, there's so many songs in this show, man. Like, I
Oh,
don't think
wait. Go back to Sheila.
you like
No.
Sheila. Would you like
Yes.
Sheila? Okay, I'll play Sheila. Here we go. Oh yeah. Jay, go ahead.
The beat of this song, guys. Okay, I know this is like a very, very big stretch, right? But it's like almost, almost similar to Afrobeats. And I've been looking for something like that in Eurovision or in any European Song
I mean,
Contest for a while.
it has a
So
little bit of the, I get from the like rhythm of the backing track. It has something of that. I like it. It's a little. I like how it's a little vibey. Isn't the word, but like a little.
it's kind of mellow.
Yeah, a little mellow, a little ethereal. I just hope that the vocal, because the vocal is very heavily produced. I hope it can be produced live well. If it can, then we could be looking at a contender. But there's things too much unresolved for me to say for sure yet. We're going to keep going. Why is there so many songs? Jay, tell me when you want me to stop again, because I've seen all of my big favorites already, I think.
I can't remember them from the names. So.
Okay, shout out.
Let's-
Shout out what you want to hear. We'll do 2 or 3 more based on the things that you want to hear. Because there's just so many songs in this show. And we're going to talk about Fick. Okay, we'll do this one. We're going to talk about Fick once it's done as well, which I think will be next week already. So bear in mind, there will be another Fick segment in 7 days' time. Jesus, he's rebelling in the background. Let's play Vita by Pritz. So, Jay, coming to you first.
Well, the snippet didn't really do this song justice.
Then explain it to us. Describe it to us in rich language.
In rich you think I can speak in rich language?
Yeah, sure. Why not? First time for everything.
This is upbeat. This is pop, and I like it a lot. It's kind of it will do well, I think, with the televote. So yeah.
Nice.
This is a very popular song. I've seen a lot of people say that they're very they think that this could win. You put me on the spot now when you said
yeah,
rich
sorry, and now I'm just
vocabulary.
letting you. And now I'm just deliberately not saying anything. No, I like it too. I think it's really fun. Not sure about it winning, but I think it will do quite well. Again, very Albanian. You can hear cheese, right? Can you hear that? He's like, there's a bag on the table and he's rustling it to try and get my attention. He is very persistent and persuasive. Anyway, no, I think there's really something to this. I hope that it comes off live as well, but we'll have to see. I realise that's a bit of a whirlwind through Fick, but I'm conscious of the time. I'm conscious of the very angry cat behind me, and I want to sort of take a few minutes just to reflect in general. Now that we've come through this, I'm going to be fully honest. I've been dreading this stream like all week because I was like, how on earth am I gonna like get myself in a headspace where I can talk about this stuff? What I will say is I have really, really, really enjoyed going through those shows tonight. And it has actually made me feel a lot better. And I hope it has helped all of you as well, because we are in a totally non-normal, abnormal Eurovision year. It's going to be a really weird and quite painful and difficult Eurovision year, in fact. If we can make these streams some little islands of joy, that is the best thing that we could hope for, really. So, yeah, I'm feeling, honestly, I feel really lucky to have such an amazing set of people who come along to these streams and make them feel so great. And I hope that this has helped all of you, as I think it's helped us. Jay, how do you feel?
I feel a lot better now, actually. I feel more optimistic that this is a safe space that we can just hang out every week, talk about these silly little songs.
Yeah, and I think we're going to talk about the serious and difficult stuff. And I want that to be a space where you all feel able to do both of those things, where we feel like we can have serious conversations about these things that are really important now, and that this year have become more important than ever. And we can also sort of have a space to breathe together, and experience some joy. That's what it's about, ultimately. And that's what I want to give. Zvalfpunkt, thank you very much for the €5. I will say as well, I really, really appreciate all the support this evening, all the super chats and subscriptions over on Twitch, and the memberships on YouTube. I mean, it's something else, because to be honest, like there's been a lot of really difficult thoughts I've had in the last couple of weeks. I mean, I've sort of been sitting being like, how on earth am I gonna pay the bills and stuff for the next 6 months? But it makes it makes the support mean even more to me. Like, it really does. It's literally, it keeps me going. It keeps me making this stuff, and it means I'm able to do this. And it's such a blessing to be able to do this and to hopefully make a real difference to this contest. That's what we hope for. Yeah. So in some ways, even though we've been dreading things a little bit, even though it's been really difficult, I am going to say, Jay, it does feel good to be back doing this again.
Yep. I've missed this a lot.
Yeah, and with that, I think it is time to have a wrap for today. We have a Super Saturday next week. 7 days' time, we will have a Montesong result and an FIK result. I have some family staying over Christmas, so I don't know what day I'm going to do a stream, but we'll do a stream where we talk about that. We'll also do a stream. And we'll keep doing streams. I think we're going to aim to do every weekend, every Sunday, probably back to the normal slot. In January, February, and early March. And then we're going to need to evaluate things after that. I don't know quite what we're going to do. And yeah, hopefully some cool stuff to share with you guys over the coming months. That's what I really want more than anything else. And yeah, with that, I am going to press the big button that is turning things off. Oh, and someone says iceberg is on ice. The iceberg will be coming out. The first part will definitely be this month. I can tell you that. I've written like half the script. It's the hardest script and the longest script to write. And it's really, really frustrating, but it's getting there. I'm going to go feed him. I'll see all of you next week. Take care. Goodbye. I'm turning it off now. See you later.